The 7S framework gives a systematic way of thinking about how to successfully implement a strategy, project or program. People are often classified into two categories, task-oriented or people-oriented. People who are task-oriented are those who are focused on getting activities done and want to get on with the work. Those who are people-oriented are less interested in just performing a particular task and are keen to ensure all people, the stakeholders, are involved, understand what's going on, know why it's important, and are satisfied with the process, or at least accept that it's happening. Neither approach is better, but when a strategy implementation leans too heavily one way or the other, problems arise. The 7S model is a useful tool that helps us combine a focus on tasks and people in an effective manner. It forces us to consider 7 different areas that are linked to strategy implementation and to discuss the impact of a particular project or task on each area. This forces us to consider both practical tasks and also the people who will be affected. It helps to start with strategy. Do we know what it is? Is it well thought out? And does everyone understand it? Consider BlueScope. This large Australian company in the steel industry is attempting a massive cost-cutting strategy at its Port Kembla plant, which is Australia's largest steel plant. And it has indicated that if it cannot achieve the savings of $200 million, then the company will import steel instead of making it, and they may shut the plant and 5,000 jobs will be lost. They've proposed a wide range of projects to help achieve their cost reductions, and these include removing 500 jobs from the business, negotiating with the union to implement cost-effective contracts for workers, improving maintenance efficiency and pursuing effective inventory management, and designing quality controls to work throughout the steelmaking process. This strategy and the relevant projects are very clear. We can see that there will be some very strong negative effects relating to the job losses, so this highlights the strategy will not be easy to implement. Next, we should consider the structure that is in place, as this will influence how we can go about the implementation. In this case, the employees who will be made redundant are part of a highly unionised workforce who are going to fight hard to defend their current pay levels and their job security. Management have provided very specific direction as to what is required, rather than a consensus-based problem-solving approach. Structure will be closely linked to style, which describes the way managers will approach the strategy. While there may be an attempt at collaboration with employees and the union, it's more likely an adversarial approach will be undertaken here. So a careful analysis of the power of different stakeholders and what action they may take to advance or hinder the strategy will be required. Staff and skills can then be considered because we need to know what staff there are, what roles they are performing, and the level of scope for efficiency gains. The current situation may involve higher levels of staffing than is actually required because of effective negotiations by the unions in the past. Asking staff to perform multiple roles, to retrain, and to do jobs that they may not find very desirable will be linked to the different skills and capabilities that employees and teams have. The systems that currently exist and how they need to be redesigned to help deliver the cost savings need to be carefully reviewed. This is often a very technical area because plant and equipment and systems that coordinate activities often have maximum levels of capacity. However, systems that relate to information flow and decision making may be able to be changed and improved much more rapidly than the physical systems of making the steel-based products. The 7th area, shared values, is probably the most critical for understanding how easy it will be to implement the strategy. Do people throughout the organisation all agree on the same vision and values? Are they working together or fighting against each other for power and control? What are they hoping to achieve? A team of aligned people is much more likely to be successful, but where there is mistrust and fear, there will be a lot of resistance and delay. To recap, successful strategy implementation is achieved through following a structured framework like the 7S model. A project manager who ignores the 7 S's and who attempts to just implement the project will experience resistance, hostility, and a lack of support. By considering each of the 7 S's and putting plans in place to manage and monitor these areas, we can increase the chances of success.